Hi friends, it's Jory with the Blissful Knowing, numerologist, intuitive counselor, and happiness coach, here to discuss our recent energy shift, which we had today, Friday, June 28th. And it's a pretty palpable shift. It's quite a difference in energy from what we experienced the last 28 days of June. It's funny because I was supposed to start a few minutes ago and I've been sitting here for like 5 minutes waiting for the garbage truck to go. And I got really irritated, and it makes me laugh because we have 7 energy right now. And 7 energy is very zen and tranquil. And it's very, at least for me, very sensitive to noise. It doesn't like to be disrupted, and it gets irritable. So I was sitting here like so irritable waiting for the garbage truck to go, and I thought, oh, that's the 7 energy. That's what's happening there. Anyway, I always feel bad because I post in advance in Jory's live stream library, the group where I archive all these live streams, and I always say, hey guys, if you want to join me live, comment below and I'll let you know when I'm setting up. And so it was like 5 or 10 minutes ago that I told everybody I was setting up and ready to go on. And then I was just sitting here all miffed like, oh great, everybody's thinking I'm going to be on. And I can't because the garbage truck's driving me nuts. But anyway, we're here now. Hey Christy, all is well, we're here now. And I've been very eager to talk to you guys about the energy shift because like I said, it is quite a difference in what we're shifting out of. So what I'm going to do is briefly talk about the numbers. I will make a post about it on my Facebook page, Jory's Numerology Chat, a written post, probably on July 1st, hopefully, if I can get that done. And we're going to go to the cards and find out what guidance we need for this shift. I don't know if I'll be back on Sunday to do a weekly guidance, so it's going to remain to be seen if this actually ends up being our weekly guidance for next week. Or if I do a second live stream on Sunday, that's specifically our weekly guidance for this next week, Sunday through Saturday. So we'll just have to see. We're going to flow with it. But what I wanted to tell you guys more than anything about this shift is that we're shifting out of people energies, 6 and 9. 6 is about family. 9 is the humanitarian. With a lot of focus on relationships and a lot of focus on what we need to let go of regarding relationships, or just let go of in general, what we need to forgive, seeing things from the higher perspective, seeing others from the higher perspective, just a lot of relationship reflections, and then finding enlightenment from those reflections. What is this person showing me? What is this person teaching me? Because everyone is just holding up a mirror for us. So this person's holding up a mirror. What do I need to see in myself? What's being reflected back to me? Hi, Lori. Hi, Celia. Yay, you made it. Anyway, I don't even know if I just said your name wrong, and I'm so sorry. Okay, so we had a lot of relationship stuff come up. We had a lot of things in general that were buried deeply that we're still working through because we have this eclipse. I believe it's July 2nd. Remember, I'm not an astrologist. I'm just a numerologist. So if I get my facts wrong, forgive me. But I believe it's July 2nd that we have an eclipse. And when we have that eclipse, I mentioned on our last guidance live stream, it's going to shine a light on the darkness, which means often digging up things that we had buried deeply, bringing them to the surface so that we can look at them and process them and work through them, which again is part of the 9 energy, which we still do have through the end of June, but we're transitioning now into July's energy. We're in that nexus period. We're in a blending period right now. So we're bridging multiple energies, but the energy did begin to shift today, Friday, June 28th. So a lot of people related things, family, relationships, learning, enlightenment, forgiving, letting go. Now we're shifting with July coming. As of today, we're shifting into the energies of 1 and 7. And this is a combination that I always feel very impassioned about explaining, because I feel like it's something that once you understand what's happening, you can kind of forgive yourself, because the 1 and the 7 can inspire, well, let me just sum it up this way. 1 and 7, to me, the theme is personal reflection. Hi, Jamie. So 1 is about focusing on the self. 7 is about contemplation. 7 also is a bit of an emotional hermit. It's more introverted. It's more withdrawn. It's about going within. 7 is the number of the Sabbath. Like the Sabbath, it's a sabbatical type number. So unplugging, connecting with nature. But it's also going within and trying to figure out what you want. So contemplation, looking for clarity. And so we're really moving away from that extroverted energy of being with others or focusing on others, and we're bringing it back in now to ourselves. 1 can also be new beginnings. We are finishing up the 9, which is completion and endings, letting go. We're moving into 1, new beginnings, also very independent. So my advice to you is to honor your need for self-care and honor your desires for alone time, for quiet time, to make time for yourself. Some of us can't always, we have to really, really make that a priority. I'm thinking of you, Christy, who's got 3 small children. Carving out alone time so you can shut out the outside world and go within. And I'm excited about this combination because one of the most important things that we can do during this ascension process, we're ascending, humanity is ascending, the planet Earth is ascending right now. We're in this accelerated ascension process. And quiet time, meditation, connecting within, tapping into your inner guidance, really asking your soul, what do you want from me? How can I align with you and the path that you feel is best? These are the things that we should all be doing as a practice anyway, because there is so much going on out there. And in order for us to ascend spiritually really just means bringing your higher self more fully into your physical experience. So aligning with the higher self, becoming 1, and letting the higher self operate through you, letting the higher self do the driving in your life. Because for so long we have been operating from the physical mind, which is the ego mind, which is just a lower frequency experience in general. Hi, Jennifer. So as a general rule, we should all be taking time to quiet the mind, connect within. That's why I'm so thrilled that part of my life path was to create the guidance decks for you guys, because these are just such a wonderful tool to tap in and consult your higher self. Like, what do I need to know? It's just such a great, especially the bliss deck, such a great straightforward way for your higher self to communicate with you. And we are going to go to the cards in a bit. So I feel incredibly blessed to be able to have something to offer you guys that can help facilitate and strengthen and enhance that connection between you and your higher self, between you and your intuition, so that you can more clearly receive the inner guidance. So this month coming up, this energy shift that we're in now, that we're transitioning into, the 1 and 7, is about going within, raising that antenna, going within so you can more clearly hear, you have a better receptivity with quiet, shutting out the outside world, unplugging, so you can receive that guidance. And there is a lot of overthinking with this combination because 1 and 7 are both mind numbers. So it's very analytical and it's not a grounded combination. So if you happen to have one of my crystal power packs, the VIP group, I made those for my VIPs. I only had a small amount of those that I made when I went to New Mexico and I went to the crystal shop. If you have one of the crystal power packs, you might want to work with the hematite because that can help to ground you. You also will probably want to connect with your amethyst because that's going to help with clarity, intuition, your third eye chakra. So those are the 2 that I would recommend as far as crystals to work with during this next month's energies. Also, I'm working on crystal power packs that are specifically anxiety power packs. They're going to include a lepidolite or amethyst orgone wand, or tower you could call it. But I'm waiting for one more component to those to come that I ordered. So I don't have those yet, but I will let you guys know. If you're interested in an anxiety power pack of crystals, feel free to message me and I can let you know when those are available. Anyway, oh, that reminds me, speaking of amethyst, look what came in today. These beautiful hearts. I got one of each. I got an amethyst, and this is like a floating crystal chip. I don't know if you can see that, but it's really cool. It's faceted heart with amethyst and rose quartz. So those will be on my website eventually, but if you're interested, message me. I only have one of each. And also I did post some new jewelry pieces in the Blissful Knowing VIPs because my new order came in and the pieces are gorgeous. So if you ordered one of my jewelry pieces recently, you will be receiving yours soon. Anyway, that was a side note. So 1 and 7. So 1, okay, so where we get a little shadowy, and when I say shadowy, I'm just remembering, guys, I don't even really want to say this out loud, but there is some retrograde coming up. Mercury retrograde's coming up. I don't even know the date. I don't even want to know the date because ignorance is bliss. But when we have that, plus this eclipse, which is bringing up buried emotions and buried things and stuff that we've been storing and sweeping under the rug for a long time, it's time to look at it. It's time to look at it, and it's time to look at our patterns. And I always say Mercury retrograde is an opportunity to look at the old patterns and respond differently. It also brings old people back into your life. It can. So, but it can have some technology stuff happen, and that's why it's good to unplug anyway, because the 7 energy is asking us to unplug. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. And like I said, you can overthink very much. I have some flower essences that I work with personally that help with overthinking because my numbers are very mental. I have, my 2 main numbers are mind numbers. So I always am thinking anyway. So I've been working with my flower essences to quiet the mind and stay present. But if you feel that you're feeling, the 7 can make you kind of you don't really know what you want. You're trying to do some soul searching. And if you're feeling like you need more clarity, I'm here as a sounding board. If you'd like to connect for a session, I can help you to discern what is your higher self guidance versus what is the ego, because there is a lot of ego energy when we have 1 energy. 1 can be like my way or the highway. 1 is great because it's inspiration, independence, leadership, creativity. But it's strong. It has a strong egoic side to it. And I can say that having 1 in my chart. And the 7, it doesn't always feel like it can communicate it doesn't really know what it's even thinking, because it does tend to intellectualize things and intellectualize its emotions. And it can get a little snippy. It can get a little irritable when it has to do too much socializing. So anyway, that's that as far as the numbers. My advice to you would be that this is a time for personal reflection. It's a time for new beginnings. It's also a time for contemplation, soul searching, connecting with your inner guidance, and to give yourself, I'm repeating myself, but it's important here, to give yourself permission to spend some time alone. And if you're not feeling up to socializing, it's okay to say that. It's okay to say, you know what, I'm just really feeling like I maybe need some quiet time, some alone time to process some things, or just to be. 7 is a number of stillness. It's about being, not doing. So honor that. And in society, we kind of conditioned that we need to be really social beings, very extroverted, always out with others, and that we need to be very active and we need to be doing and going all the time. And that's why I felt so impassioned about telling you guys about this combination that we're in now, because especially Mercury retrograde is also highly introverted. So it's okay if you don't feel like hanging out. It's okay if you don't want to answer the phone. During this 7 energy, when the phone rings, I get a little ticked off sometimes. I'm like, I was so tranquil. I was so zen. The silence was so beautiful. And now it's disrupted. Of course, I love doing my sessions, so I don't mind being on the phone for those. Anyway, so that's that, guys. Hopefully you're feeling a little more tranquility today. I had a couple people respond a little bit negatively when I said that the energy shifted, so it's important to also know what your personal month energies are. And that can be found in a 2019 personal year forecast. I just put those on sale this morning for $25 originally from $44. So those are now $25 on the blissfulknowing.com. I will link it in the comments, but those will help you understand your personal energy. So just to give you an example, even though the energies for the universal energies, the ones I just talked about, 1 and 7, are very much about being alone and being quiet and being independent, my personal month of July, which we're shifting into towards today, is 3, which is very social, great for counseling others, great for listening to others, just a very communicative number. So that's good to know. That helps me to know, okay, no, it's still a chance for me to be social. It's still, it's great. And again, retrograde, bringing up old people, friends. I actually connected with 2 of my friends that I haven't seen for a while, and we made plans to get together. So it's super good to know what your personal month energy is, along with your personal year energy, which you also learn in the personal year forecast. So one of the people who responded to my comment about the energy shift said it felt very heavy. And these universal energies are really not that heavy at all, but there's a chance that their personal month energy is a more grounded, heavy vibration, or that so much is coming to the surface to be released that it feels heavy because it's time to let that go. Because 1 and 7 is also a personal detox. And detox doesn't have to be just physical. It can be where you can feel very inspired, eat healthier. Definitely, I recommend switching out any toxic chemicals you have in your house for cleaning products like laundry detergent. Get rid of artificial fragrances. I love cleanhappens.com. They're Clean Happens Better Life products for cleaning. They're natural and they work so well. If you're interested in those, I can send you a 30% off link. I've been using them for years. I use the whole line of products. Laundry detergent and dryer sheets are super toxic, you guys. Terrible for the planet and terrible to be breathing in those fumes. I mean, asthma, allergies, migraines, eczema, all of that can be a symptom of artificial fragrances on your clothing. So please, please, I'm very passionate about this because I'm become very sensitive to artificial fragrances. And I know they're neurotoxins. So please consider, I use Ecos brand or 7th generation you can use. Please consider swapping out for the health of the planet and the health of you. Indoor pollution is actually said to be worse than outdoor pollution, the pollution in our homes. So anyway, I don't want to go too big on a soapbox there, but it's a time of personal detoxification. So it can also be emotional detoxification, which we can do in an emotional closet cleaning session. So that's another option. Anyway, let's go to the cards and see what they say. I know a lot of you guys came on a little bit late. So what we're going to do is we're going to do our normal card reading that we do, what we have, what we want, what we need, and what we get from the Blissful Knowing deck. The Blissful Knowing Inner Guidance cards, which are available on my website, theblissfulknowing.com. And then we'll do our focus cards from my other decks, Love is Everywhere and Zen Blossoms. All of those are available on the website. And like I was saying earlier in the live stream, I'm not sure if I'll be back on Sunday or not to do a weekly guidance. So this may end up being our weekly guidance. It may be like a 10-day guidance, or it may just be guidance for the shift that we need to know now. And then I'll come back on Sunday again and do another specific weekly guidance live stream, which if you're in my group, Jory's Live Stream Library, I will let you guys know if I'm coming back on. Hey Liz, hi Liz. Liz, I thought of you because I watched somebody, I am in a group, local gardening group, and somebody was showing me a before and after picture of their plant. They said it was spa day, and I couldn't believe the difference in the plant. And so everyone was like, what did you do to make the plant look better? And they said, beer. I don't know how I feel about that. Has anyone ever heard of giving a plant beer? It sounds wrong to me. It sounds like toxic to me, but I don't know. I've never heard of it. So Liz, I was like, oh, should I tell Liz? Because I know you and your plants, Liz, which I love that you love nature, which 7 is all about. So get outside if you can. Woo, cards are flying. Some cards hit the floor. We got 2 cards here and 1 on the floor, and it's blue. See it out of the corner of my eye. Hang on, guys. Trying not to look at it so that I can be surprised as well. Okay, one more card. Hopefully one more card. I'll check with the pendulum. Oh my God, did you guys see how fast that one flew? I'm really curious about the guidance because today I thought I had everything figured out. The 9 energy gave me so many epiphanies and so much enlightenment. And then today I was like, damn, overthinking again. Shit, now I don't know what I want anymore again. Back and forth. Ugh. I thought I was so calm and thoughtless. Like my brain was so good. And then this morning was like, oh God, maybe I want this, maybe I don't. And then the ego's coming in with all this. We have like triple 1 energy today. It's like, ah. So I'm curious to get some clear advice from the guides, from through the cards. Let me pull these other two. Oh, I wanted to tell you guys something else that was interesting with the 6 and 9 energy that we had that we're shifting out of. It's about finishing things up, especially 6 being home and family. So finishing things up around the house. And I had such an amazing metaphor to me because life is so synchronistic and there's magic and synchronicity everywhere if you pay attention to all the signs and details. But I had these drippy faucets in the house, just very slow drip. And I'm in charge of my neighborhood group here. And so I had posted in my neighborhood group, asking everyone's opinion, and one of my neighbors was so generous and offered to come fix all of my faucets. I called the company, and everything was warranted, and they just sent me replacement parts. So anyway, I kept putting it off because everything was coming up. It just wasn't a priority because it was a slow drip. So yesterday, the night before, but whatever, it was dripping like crazy to the point where it was in my master bathroom where I could hear it from my room going tick, 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 tick. No, I said, okay, all right, I have to, this is like, I can't, it's bad now because it's a lot of water. So my neighbor was so nice and he came over and fixed everything. And this morning, okay, so it's about finishing things up. I know I said that, but this morning it was like, okay, there are things that you're not paying attention to that need tending to, and they're just going to get bigger and more destructive if you don't pay attention. And water is emotion. And so I thought it was just a fascinating metaphor that I got this figured out and finished up yesterday when we ended most of that 9 energy finishing up. But so these things, again, are coming to the surface for us to pay attention to. And if we don't work through and process our emotions, they do stay in our body and then become disease, because emotion is energy in motion. And if we don't keep it in motion, work through it, it becomes stagnant and stuck in our bodies. And that's when things can't flow. And that's what creates disease, energy blockages. So it is very important that we work through, figure out what we really want, and make sure it's not just an ego want. Can't stress that enough. This darn 1 energy, got to really filter things out and make sure it's not our ego doing the driving and the talking. If you have Eckhart Tolle, A New Earth, this would be a great month to read it if you've been like carrying it around and haven't read it. It's a great month to learn more about the ego because the 1 energy is in full effect. And again, I'm in my chatty month, so I'm rambling. So here we go. 4 cards, what we have, want, need, and get. I'll probably be back on Sunday at the rate I'm going. Okay, what we have. Oh my gosh. Incoming messages. Duh. Did I not just say that this is the month of, see, there's my ego. Poof, there it is. Miss Know-It-All is here. All right, incoming messages. We've got inner guidance constantly talking to us, and now is the time more than ever to get really quiet and hear what it has to say. Your higher self is in constant communication with you. However, we must learn to recognize the intuitive whispers that are repeatedly being sent our way. Messages come through many avenues, such as gut feelings, symbols, song lyrics, random subjects being brought up in conversations, and more. Pay attention to the signs that are doing their best to get you to notice them. They are life's guiding lights along your path, and they are here to lead you in the direction of your desires. I am cracking up because the song lyrics have been crazy for me lately. Oh, the songs are like my higher self singing to me. So again, it's intuitive whispers. It's quiet. It starts out subtle. The inner guidance is subtle. And it's important for us to get quiet and to hear it and to be able to recognize it, to understand the difference between anxiety and intuition, to understand the difference between fear and a true gut feeling, inspiration versus desperation. Jennifer's got songs happening too. So we have messages coming to us all of the time. And this is just a confirmation that this is the time to really hone in and pay attention. Incoming messages, that's what we have. We always have that. All right. Wait, we're going to have to move some things. Hold on. Does that look okay? All right. It's a fluffy day. There's fluffing needed. My curls are my antenna. Okay, so what we want, let's see what this is. Let it go. I feel like this is just reiterating everything I said. Let it go. We're still dealing with that 9 energy of letting things go. And eclipse energy, bringing this stuff up that needs to go also. Let it go. As we evolve, we outgrow what no longer serves us. Just as a tree sheds its leaves in autumn, we must learn to release what is no longer needed. By doing this, we create room in our lives for newness. Whether it is a thought, a belief, an object, a relationship, or a lifestyle, the time has come to recognize whatever it is that's holding you back so that you can truly move forward. Okay, guys, letting it go. It's time. If you need help, you know where I am. I can help you work through some of it. We can release the false beliefs that are creating this suffering or keeping you stuck, creating the same repetitive patterns, toxic patterns. Let's let things go, especially when it comes to detoxification, emotional detoxification, and physical detoxification. And it's time for new beginnings with this new energy as well as detoxification. So we've got to let go. We've got a couple more days of June. We've got to let some stuff go. Okay, well, it says we want to let things go. So there are things we want to let go. That's good. All right, what do we need? Here's our advice card. Ooh, imagine the possibilities. Gosh, this works so well with 7 because 7 is about contemplating. And if you are familiar with tarot, however you want to say it, this card makes me think of 7 of Cups because it has all the different possible cups to choose from. There's 7 different cups. It's like, what do I want? 7 of Cups. 7 is contemplating. What do I want? Digging deep, soul searching. What do I really want? Now we can go general, and I would suggest that we go general. We don't get too specific with the universe because the universe knows much better what we want and need, what's going to truly serve us than our physical mind. Our physical mind doesn't know that much, guys. I hate to say it, but it thinks it does. It likes to think it does. All right, so, oops. Oh, that's funny. I pulled the wrong card. I pulled It's Easier Than You Think. Because it's the same color. Okay. Imagine the possibilities. This is what we need. I feel like this is multiple choice is what they're saying, like that 7 of Cups card. Your imagination is a tool that connects you to your higher self. Use the power of visualization to add fuel to your desires. Know that the greatest things you can imagine are only the tip of the iceberg compared to the unfathomable delights that life can surprise you with. Using your imagination to feel as if you were already experiencing the things you dream of brings you closer and closer to manifesting them in physical reality. Get to the feeling place of it. Get to the feeling place because the universe doesn't even know if you're really, what did I read today? The universe doesn't know if you're actually a millionaire or not. It doesn't matter. Like, if you become it in your mind, I don't want to use millionaire as an example, so I'm going to scratch that altogether. But getting to the feeling place is how we manifest, and connecting to our imagination. Our imagination is the bridge to the higher self. So I'm going to stop right there. But I will say that I was trying so hard to pronounce unfathomable, but I needed a drink, because that's one of my favorite lines in the entire deck, when it says, know that the greatest things you can imagine are only the tip of the iceberg compared to the unfathomable delights that life can surprise you with. And they're truly unfathomable because our physical mind doesn't have the broader perspective. It doesn't conceive. I say this all the time. The physical mind is not the conceiver. The physical mind, the higher mind, is the conceiver. All right, so we need to imagine the possibilities. This will help us by getting to the feeling place, imagining all the different choices and possibilities that we want for ourselves will help us gain the clarity. And by the time we finish up in July, we should have the clarity. Again, I can help you gain more clarity by connecting directly with your guides for you and helping to relay their messages to you. But 7, again, is trying to figure out what we want, where we want to go in life, what's important to us. And then by the time we finish that 7 energy, we're usually ready to act on it, because that's the 8 energy. All right, I have a notification on my screen, and I think I forgot to push do not disturb. So hang on, let me just turn that off. Oh shit. Oh my God, you guys. Crap. Hold on, I lost you, but I'm back. One sec. There we go. It opened a whole new window. I'm like, not in the middle of my live stream. Okay, so we need to imagine the possibilities. All right, what do we get? I like this one. I like this one a lot. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. That's awesome. So that's a validation that the things we are imagining, we can manifest for ourselves. When we have the clarity, remember, I've always said this too, when we have the clarity, it's like sending out that laser-like focus, that beam of clarity. We're not wobbling. We're very clear. We're not giving the universe mixed messages. When we have the clarity, tunnel vision, the universe can boomerang that right back, because the universe is only reflecting back to us what's going on in here. So if we're like, I don't know if I want this, or I want this, but I can't have it, or maybe I want this, and I don't know if I want this, you're not going to get much. It's the blue and yellow makes green. If you've got blue thoughts and yellow thoughts, you're just going to end up with green. You're not going to get blue or yellow, because the universe is like, I'm just reflecting back to you all your confusion. If you're not clear, I can't help you. I'm going to give you a little this, a little that, but it's not going to be everything. It's not going to be the pure form of what you truly desire. So I'm in a situation now where I'm kind of doing my best to release, which is part of the 9, surrender and release, and say, okay, I know my mind wants to figure out what I want. I know it's doing that thing, but I'm going to hand it over to the universe, because I trust the universe, because the universe definitely knows my preferences and has given me so much evidence over my life of exactly, it surprises and delights me all the time. It thrills me with things I couldn't conjure up. So I'm like, okay, I'm driving myself nuts trying to figure out what I want. And I know I said we have contemplation energy, but I'm also at this stage where I'm like, life, you know what's best for me. You know what's going to best serve me. I trust you, because you truly, truly keep better notes than I do of what I prefer. So handing it over to you. So if you feel like you're getting in the overthinking, hand it over. Go outside, put your feet in the grass, be still, calm your mind, shut the whole thing down if you can. All right, so yes, you can. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Landon. Oh, gosh. Guys, I didn't get to read most of your comments, so I'm looking forward to reading those when we're done. Okay, Cheryl, the energy shifted today, so I wanted to come on and talk about the energy shift, and I was guided to do cards today. I don't know if I'm coming back on Sunday or not. I'm hoping I'll come back Sunday to do another reading, but this may be the reading for the upcoming week. I don't know. We'll have to see how Sunday plays out, but all I know is I was guided today to talk about the energy shift and pull cards, so that's what we're doing. Okay, so yes, you can is what we get, and that's fan-freaking-tastic. So it says you have absolutely everything you need to succeed in this situation. Release the false beliefs that created doubt and insecurity, and know that you are worthy and completely capable. You have untapped reserves of potential and creativity that are waiting to be discovered. You are so much more powerful than you realize. Stand tall and take action. You will be pleasantly surprised when you see just how much you can accomplish. That's awesome. And I'm looking over at this line again. Release the false beliefs that created doubt and insecurity. We have to let that stuff go, guys. That's what this whole last month was about, letting stuff go. But that's also what the eclipse is about. It's also what this retrograde is going to do for us. So it's time to let the crap go, guys. And I'm here to help you. If you need an extra shovel to dig through it all, that's my specialty. That's what I do best. Okay, see, look at these orbs. Just digging till we find those false beliefs and we chuck them out of here. All right, yes, you can. That's what we're getting. It's a little, oh, I know what we need. Hold on, let me see if I can get it. Oh, do you hear it? Do you hear it? Yes, you can. It's our pom-pom. The universe is cheering us on. We have the power. Yes, you can. Okay. And I'm hearing you can manifest what you want. And again, you should learn to want what you need. So I'm telling the universe, I'm not really sure what I want. I'm just going to want what I need, because what I need is what's going to fulfill me. What I need is what's best for me. So, all right, universe, you take the wheel. I'm done with trying to figure this out. It's just too exhausting trying to think. The physical mind, it's not my job. It's not my job to figure this out. Physical mind says. Physical mind's like, I'm just here to tell you and perceive what happened. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. So handing that over to the higher self, who knows damn well what's supposed to happen, what should happen, what's best, okay? All right. Focus cards from the heart deck. Whoo! Miracle. We got this a couple weeks ago. Remember the balloon flower? And I posted the balloon flower in my backyard in bloom. So gorgeous. Remember, I chose the word miracle because that heart indentation on the flower was so freaking cool. And that card alone, that flower alone is a miracle in itself. Oh my God, I'm getting freaking notifications like crazy. Are you kidding me? I can't believe I forgot do not disturb. See, 7 doesn't want to be disturbed. Urgh. Go away notifications. You're blocking my entire view on my screen. There they are. Poof, gone. Okay, so there's the miracle balloon flower, and this flower is a miracle in itself because it just fills up with gas. The miracle of creation. It fills up with gas and then it bursts open, and miracles burst into our reality at any given moment, because in my other card, Believe in Miracles, I talk about how miracles are like floating bubbles surrounding us, constantly surrounding us, bubbles surrounding us in our energy field, waiting to burst into our reality at any moment. That is so exciting. So a miracle is also a shift in perception. And when we release what isn't serving us, when we let go of those false beliefs, those beliefs of doubt and insecurity, or those egoic wants that are really just, again, giving us this attachment that creates suffering. I want that. I have to have that. I need that. I'm suffering without that. That's not healthy. So when we let that go, we are shifting our perception, and it feels so good. It feels miraculous. So it's time to shift our perceptions. Okay? And to me, this says that shifts in perceptions are coming. Oh, I have a funny story to tell you guys because I just used the word shift. So my mom, I forgot to tell you guys this because I was in New Mexico, and just to give you a little idea of how my mom is so funny and adorable. She's always like, you're in another dimension. When I talk to her about past lives or mediumship, she's like, oh, you're in another dimension. I'm like, I actually probably literally am. But anyway, we were going to the crystal shop. Remember, I went to the crystal shop in New Mexico, and we're getting in the car, and her neighbor pulls up. Oh, hi, you made it. Yay, so good to see you. And my mom goes, we're on our way to the crystal shop for her spiritual stuff. I was like, oh my God, my mom just did air quotes about me. She's like, for her spiritual stuff. I was like, oh my God, I was cracking up. I was like, Mom, thanks a lot for the air quotes. Now I'm going to use that on my live stream. And then, so here, that was just to give you an idea of how she sees me, okay? Her perception of me. And it's fun. It's all in good fun. But she went to a craft fair and art fair. She loves to buy handmade things and art. And she called me and she goes, I went to this lady who makes jewelry out of old typewriter keys. And there were two different ones. There was a ring. There were rings. One ring was the tab key. And the other ring said shift. And I thought of you instantly, because aren't you always saying, shift your reality, shift your reality? Didn't you just say in this very conversation about shifting your reality? And I was like, yeah, I actually did, because I actually had just said that I shifted realities. Oh, I was cracking up. She's like, don't you want this ring? I got you this ring. And then you can wear it during your live streams. And then every time you say the word shift, you can go shift, shift. I was like, oh my God, Mom. And she goes, and if you read it too fast, it looks like something else. So funny. So I took a picture. I didn't take the ring home, but I took a picture of me wearing the ring so I can show you guys. I'm going to post in the comments because I've been meaning to tell you that story. I thought that was so funny. She's like, yeah, you can just, shift. I'm like, okay, no. No. But it was so funny that she felt she had to buy this typewriter key that said shift on it to help me to remember to shift realities, remember the power that we have to shift our reality. And I'm just laughing so hard thinking about it. She goes, we're going to the crystal shop so Jory can do her spiritual stuff. Okay. Anyway, she's adorable and my mom is awesome. I love her so much. Okay, one more card from the Zen Blossoms, or focus card. I love the Zen Blossoms deck because it's always super high vibrational, so I'm really excited to see what it says. Ooh, determination. Determination goes really well with yes, you can. Really, really well. And determined to make shifts and create miracles by making shifts. So this is an ice plant, which is funny because to me it looked like fire, but it reminded me of the fire in your belly. The fire, the belly of this flower here, the fire, the flames here. So it's about having a fire in your belly, having that passion and following that excitement, following that inner passion. Now remember, we're contemplating what we want. We're getting the incoming messages, but we have to take the action from the inspiration. We have to take the inspired action. So we're getting the guidance. We're getting the guidance from our higher self. We're raising our antenna. That's what we're doing. And then we've got lots of inspiration energy with the one coming up here. So we have to take that inspiration and take action on that. Okay, we have to, because that is how we communicate with our higher self. That is the language. Action is the language that our higher self, that's how we communicate with our higher self, saying, I've received your message. I've received your guidance, and now I'm going to take the action. I'm going to apply the guidance that you gave me because I received it, I heard it, and now I'm going to act on it. And then the higher self says, okay, they received the message. Because how do I know? Because they took the action. So now that I see that they received the message and took the action, I can give them another message. I can give them continued guidance, the next step. Just like a GPS will wait until you've made your turn, and then it gives you the next step to take. So if you're not taking action on your inspiration, your higher self is like, well, what's the point of giving you any more info? I mean, it's trying, but when you take the action, that is your way of saying, okay, I'm ready for more. I'm ready for the next step. I took the action you gave me. I'm listening. I'm trusting. What's next? So, determination. Once we get that clarity, we've done the imagining. It's time to then take the action. So, stay determined again. Determined to be in alignment with your higher self. And I feel like it's more again about being determined to align with what you really need. So again, I've been talking a lot about what we want, but if you can say, I want what will serve me and others the best, what's for my highest good and what's for the highest good of the planet, and what will fulfill me the most. I want what I need. If you want what you need, it's a lot smoother, because again, the things we think we want are not always going to fulfill us. And a lot of times those are coming from the ego. So we need to use discernment. Really, really, really get to know the difference between your ego wants and your soul's desires. If you've had a numerology reading from me, a written numerology chart, you've got a heart's desire number, which is called the soul number in my readings. What do you truly, truly want? What does your soul truly, truly want? You'll know that if you have a chart. If you have a reading, you can check your soul number. But you don't have to know that. You can say, surrendering it all, handing it over. You show me what's best. I'm just going to flow with it. I'm going to listen to what you have to say. I'm not going to try and figure everything out. I'm just going to flow with whatever you inspire me to do. So determination, again, determined to be on the path that's best for your soul. That's what I'm hearing. Because this is all about trying to figure out what we really want to do. What's the direction we want to go in? Some of us have already figured that out, which I will say I feel very blessed to have a very clear idea, a strong sense of self, thanks to numerology, and a very clear idea of what I want in regards to my life's work and passions, which is to be a spiritual messenger and healer and teacher. And so I thank you guys for being part of that co-creation. Anyway, I think that's it. Oh, I did tell you guys, didn't I? Yes, not the blissful knowing. The personal year forecasts are now $25. They're on sale for $25 this weekend from $44. And you can go to theblissfulknowing.com under numerology readings, and you can select that. And that will give you your personal month energies through December. And the new jewelry is here if you are in the Blissful Knowing VIPs. If you're not in the Blissful Knowing VIPs, it's a public group now, so you can check it out without being part of the group. So I will link that in the bottom. And I will see about Sunday. I would love to come back. This was quite a reading, but I would love to come back on Sunday and do an official weekly guidance. We'll see what the guides want me to do. Again, it's not up to me. I just followed the instructions. So if the guides give me direction to do that, I'll be back. If not, I will see you probably the following Sunday. I was also thinking, my Good Vibe Tribe people, we haven't done a private live stream in a while, so there's a slight possibility that I could do a last minute private live stream with you guys. But I know it's summertime, and so everybody's been kind of busy on Sundays, so I haven't really felt guided to do one of those, but who knows? If you guys are in the Good Vibe Tribe and you are part of that private live stream group and you want to get together, let me know. Who knows? We might do that. All right. So I hope that was helpful for you guys. Most important thing for me to get across to you guys was the new energies, 1 and 7, time for personal reflection, time to honor your need for alone time, for quiet time, time to go within and to tune in. If you have the decks, great time to work with them on a consistent basis. If you don't have the decks, they're all available on theblissfulknowing.com. There are 2 out of 3 decks that are limited supply. So, and the heart decks, I also have some that are 50% off because there were some misprints. But they're all right now in stock. So check those out on theblissfulknowing.com. And if you're watching the replay, please say hi. I would love to hear from you. I know this was sort of a long live stream, guys, so thanks for sticking with me, but a lot wanted to come out, and I am in my chatty month, so watch out, people. There might be a lot of chatting. Hopefully not with all this 7 energy. Hopefully it'll be nice and balanced. All right, I'm here if you want to book a private session, theblissfulknowing.com. And I will talk to you soon. Thank you, guys. Have a great weekend. Bye.